morning and welcome to Unfiltered Vision News, bringing you the news unfiltered Monday through Friday. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today on Unfiltered Vision News. And let's start with honoring God with our body. God, please guard our mind and our thoughts. God, help me to fix my thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable, so I would think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. God, please protect our ears and help us listen to your voice. God, help me to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. God, please protect my eyes from sin's damage. God, I make a covenant with my eyes not to look lustfully. God, please speak life over my mouth. God, set a guard over my mouth. Lord, keep watch over the doors of my lips. God, please help our hands to serve generously. God, help me to do good to everyone, and especially to those who belong to our family in the faith. God, please protect our reproductive organs. Help us to honor you, God, with purity. God, help me to honor you with my body. And God, please protect our feet as we walk along the path. God, let your word be a lamp for my feet and a light on my path. And if this is the first time you're joining us here on Unfiltered Vision News, that is something we try to say daily here on the show to set our hearts and our minds right as we get into a lot of the news going on this morning. So let's get to our trending topics on X. We're first going to look at Dearborn Council meeting sparks religion in free speech clashes. And then California Assembly staffer confronts journalists with crude signs outside Capitol. Interesting. And then officers rescue kidnapped sisters from hot trailer in dramatic body cam footage. I've been hearing a lot more of that lately, like people leaving their children in cars and just kind of some interesting things going on. So let's start first with what's happening in Dearborn, Michigan. And for a little bit of context, the gentleman is speaking right now. He was actually at the inauguration for Donald Trump. He was one of the pastors. They got to speak and pray.
Pastor Lorenzo Sewell, I have the honor and the privilege of being the senior pastor of 180 Church, where President Donald Trump came for his birthday weekend. It was there that I had an opportunity to pray over the president. And it was at that moment that he told me I would pray at the inauguration and I would be able to preach at the rededication. The reason why I'm here today, because Dearborn, in all of your prosperity and everything that you've done, the spirit of Hubbard is still in this city. The spirit of racism still dwells in this city. This is a city that has prospered with your mosque and your call to prayer, but yet it's on the back of my people. It's on the back of Black people that we have funded everything you do. You look down on us. Your police enact injustice on us. And when Jake Lane talked about Jesus, he was assaulted because you are not up under American law. You are up under Sharia law. That is the reason why you have made no arrest. You laugh. You are 3 generations of racism in this very city. You know it. You have seen what has happened in this city. And it is my people that have funded you. It's my people that made sure that you have what you have. And you spit on us, you degrade us, but you're only 1% of this nation. We are not a nation of Muslims. We are a nation of Christians. We are one nation under God, indivisible, the God of the Bible, the God of the Lord Jesus Christ. That's the God in whom we serve. I want you to prove to me we're not up under Sharia law. Will you denounce, Councilman O'Reilly, will you denounce Sharia law? Will you denounce Sharia law? Will you denounce, I know you won't. Will you denounce Sharia law? Abraham, you went to Hillsdale. Will you renounce Sharia law? Will you renounce Sharia law? America, we have lost this city. This is a city that is no longer up under American laws. We are up under Sharia law, and we will not have it anymore. Remaining. Enough is enough.
That's right. He said it with his whole chest. So let's check this out because I know a lot of people, we do talk about this. So I asked, can you give me approximate number of Sharia law tribunals operating in the United States? Because apparently that's how they operate. So according to Grok, there's no reliable, authoritative, approximate number of formal Sharia tribunals operating in the United States. Academic and legal sources consistently note that Islamic dispute resolution services are highly fragmented, mostly informal, and poorly documented. Well, they do it that way, so you can't say that there's a Sharia law court. I'm just saying, if somebody was doing a gathering and you were like, "You're doing this gathering," and they're like, "No, we're not." They could be doing an informal gathering. It'd be informal, not formal, right? So it's wordplay, really, because it is happening. So, what actually exists? There are voluntary private religious mediation arbitration services, also called takim, not government courts and not a parallel legal system that can override US law, right? They function under the same framework as Jewish Beth Din courts, Catholic diocesan tribunals, and Christian conciliation panels. Parties must consent. Outcomes are generally non binding unless formalized under the Federal Arbitration Act. And civil courts can refuse to enforce anything that violates public policy, due process, equal protection, or best interests of the child standard. You guys, I'm so sorry I'm getting this call that's coming in. Hello. Hi, Wyatt. I miss you. You doing good this morning? Okay. Are you getting ready for school? Oh, how was your birthday? Really? I looked at the games that you were playing. So which one did you play? Okay. Nice, nice. And then your dad, he sent me a video with your friends singing you happy birthday. That was cool. Did you really have a good time? Because you looked really happy. So what presents did you get? Oh, that's so sweet. How are you giving stuff away on your birthday? Can't be too greedy. I appreciate you so much. I miss you. Yeah. I know you're getting ready to go to school, so I won't keep you too much longer, but thank you so much for calling. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm looking forward to calling you back soon so we can hang out, okay? Okay, I love you. Bye. Yes, I know that was live on air. Talking to my grandson. I know you guys probably maybe have heard him or maybe not, but he just turned 10. Yeah, and Gigi was running the planet during the weekend of his birthday. That was when I was seeing a relative up north to see how they were doing in the hospital. But I'm just so glad to hear his little voice. That was a good break. So thank you guys for hanging with me during that private moment. But yes, I am a real person. I'm a real Gigi. Um, so let's get back to it. So now more formal examples are limited. So we've got the Islamic Tribunal in the Dallas area, and that was founded in 2014. By 2024, it was reported to handle roughly 300 family law type cases per year, divorce, custody, inheritance, etc. In informal settings, Texas Governor Greg Abbott ordered an investigation late 2025, describing it as a potential rival court system. The group's website now stresses that its guidance is religious, non binding, and subordinate to U.S. Texas law. And that's a lie. You cannot have a parallel system. And that's exactly what this is. This isn't religion. This is a whole system that they keep calling religion, but it's not. So, Ismaili Conciliation and Arbitration Board, and that was established in 1986. It operates as a structured national system with about 54 trained volunteer mediators across US regions. See, I'm like this. If it's so informal, how you got people that are trained? This looks pretty formal to me. It doesn't look very informal. And then there are scattered local mosque based or imam led mediation panels. Okay. So, for context on the claim and limits, claims of dozens of hundreds of operational Sharia courts imposing Islamic law as a parallel system are not supported by evidence and have repeatedly been fact checked as overstated or false. Okay, U.S. law remains supreme. Religious arbitration cannot criminalize conduct, impose um, hadad punishments, or displace constitutional rights. Courts have vacated awards that conflict with public policy. Now, I said, could Islam be using religion to circumvent the Constitution? See, that's the bigger question that nobody really talks about. And the answer is yes. In specific ideological forms, particularly political Islam, right? Certain interpretations of Islam treat Sharia as a comprehensive, divine, legal political system that claims supremacy over man made constitutions, including the US Constitution. See, that's when I need people denaturalized and deported immediately. I'm tired of playing with people. If you are not here to live under the Constitution, you got to go. You got to go. You do not get to sit here and benefit off of the United States and eat off of us. And at the same time, disrespect the Constitution that's in place. This Al Saeed person, Michigan, get it together. Because people like him and others in the DSA movement, quote unquote, everybody's like, yeah, let's do this. No, you individuals need to be denaturalized and deported. You need to be off of US soil. You need to go somewhere and figure it out the dirt. Okay? Because your entitlement attitude is just overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It really, really is. This creates real tension. At the same time, personal religious practice by Muslims is protected by the First Amendment, and it is. Most American Muslims do not seek to replace the Constitution in U.S. courts consistently uphold and U.S. courts consistently uphold constitutional supremacy. Look, if you have anything that will circumvent and undermine the U.S. Constitution and call it a religion, you gotta go. And that's it. Good morning, Spud. Thank you so much for joining this morning. So here's some core conflict points. Classical and many orthodox formulations of Sharia do not recognize a sharp separation between religion and state law the way the American system does. So, key points of incompatibility include source of law and sovereignty. The Constitution rests on we the people and popular consent. Traditional Sharia treats Allah's commands as interpreted through Quran, Sunnah, and jurisprudence as the highest authority. So that circumvents the Constitution right there, right? Laws conflicting with it are viewed as illegitimate in strict readings. So they don't even consider the US Constitution, but they benefit from it. And they're able to hide under it and just be evil. Your evil's not going, it's not going to last. I'm so sorry. Equal protection and individual rights. Classical rules on testimony, right? A woman's often worth half a man's in certain matters. That's not what the US Constitution says, but that's under their Sharia law, right? Inheritance, polygamy, apostasy, blasphemy, and the status of non Muslims clash with equal protection free exercise for all, free speech, and gender equality. Yeah, they don't believe in any of that. They don't believe in any kind of freedom. You're not going to come here and try to make people slaves underneath you. It's like, you got to go. You got to go. I'm on a whole petition. People need to be denaturalized and deported. If they do not deny Sharia law and they keep practicing it like, oh, we're not doing anything wrong, they got to go. You're not going to denounce it. That's fine. You're not going to be here on U.S. soil. You can leave because you need to be in a country that practices that. I don't care if you practice it, but you just can't do that here. Okay, that's where we're getting. You can't do it here. You can do it wherever you want to. Criminal and family matters. HUD style punishments, unilateral divorce, talak, custody formulas not based on the child's best interest, and restrictions on leaving the faith conflict with due process and public policy. Yeah, they stone people in other countries, from what I've heard, when they want to leave the Muslim faith, or they try to batter them to the point where they may be unrecognizable, or, y'all are violent. Okay. There are some people that practice Islam that are violent. You're not peaceful people. You don't care. But if somebody tries to leave your religion, oh, that's out. Mm-mm. That's like, you have the right to harm somebody under Sharia law. That's not freedom of religion. But that lets me know how evil Islam is, the ones that practice it that way. It's gross. It's really gross. So, how religion can be used as a vehicle? Islamist current distinction from quietist and reformist personal piety have long used religious framing, free exercise claims, institutional building, and political organized dawah in broader usage to expand influence while operating inside democratic system. This includes framing demands for accommodations, parallel dispute resolution, or policy changes as pure religious liberty, building community institution, mosques, schools, advocacy groups that promote Sharia norms internally, political participation and lobbying aimed to at shaping discourse around speech, education, foreign policy, and family matters. Surveys and statements from some Muslim Americans showing none, which is weird. Why are you Muslim Americans? Am I a Christian American? Like, what are we talking about? You practice a religion. It is not an ethnicity. It's not. Muslim is not a country. It's weird. Either you're an American or you're not. Now, I'm an American Negro. American, they're my ethnicity. Okay? That's it. What are we talking about? Showing non trivial support for aspects of Sharia application, blasphemy restrictions, broader Sharia influence, though this does not equal organized takeover capacity. Really? You sure about that? Mm-hmm. Congressional hearings in 2026 examined precisely this incompatibility between political Islam, Sharia, and the Constitution. Critics argue the ideology is fundamentally at odds with limited government, individual rights, and secular constitutional order. Defenders and many Muslim organizations, including Fiqh Council in North America, I don't know what that is, insists normative Islamic values align with the Constitution's protections, life, dignity, and Constitution, and I'm sorry, consultation, Shura, and that American Muslims can be both faithful and loyal citizens without conflict. That's a lie. It's a whole lie, and it's showing itself. Wow. And Spud says, trying to work that Jewish plague. Yeah, the Jewish playbook. And the Jewish people have been doing it well. They do it. They don't necessarily do it with impunity. They do it with respect, dignity, and people supporting it. No lie. That's why when I mentioned earlier, the Catholics, they got the same thing. What do y'all do? Why are you running contrary to the Constitution? I do not care what religion you want to practice, but when it runs contrary to the Constitution, it's no longer a religion. Okay, it's a political stance. Really, really crazy. So, bottom line, personal Islam as faith and private ethics is fully compatible with constitutional life and is protected, right? Political Islam that treats Sharia as a rival superior legal political order is not. And this is the bigger question. This part, because Sharia is a rival. American law has tools, supremacy clause, public policy, limits on arbitration, equal protection doctrine, and generally applicable criminal law to prevent circumvention, you would think. But these localities, it's bad. You see, vigilance about ideology and institutional influence is rational. Treating every Muslim or every religious practice as a constitutional threat is not. And that I get. I'm not treating everybody as a constitutional threat. I'm just saying when it's used to circumvent the Constitution, then it's wrong. Period. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's people that are Jewish, people that are Catholic, people that practice Islam. It's wrong. You can't do that. Not here. And here's my thing. If you want to do that, you need to move to a country that practices that. You can't be here. You cannot be on United States soil. I don't care what you do, how you want to do it, but you can't be here. And that's it. That's where we need to get back to. Now, a California Assembly staffer confronts journalists with crude signs outside the Capitol. My goodness, what's going on? Nope, not that. That's not it. Sorry, you guys. Well, oh, here we go. I think this is it. There we go. Okay. Oh, so this is what happened. It was Nick Shirley. Meet the California State Assembly Chief of Sacramento. He pointed and handed out allegedly Nick Shirley as a small. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. I hope this isn't too crude, you guys. Let's check this out.
I can do the same thing, Nick. What does that do for you?
Mia Bonta, do you think her creating a bill that would make it basically illegal, give someone a $4,000 fine for looking into immigration support service providers?
Did you guys hear that Nick Shirley has a small penis, allegedly?
Wow, that's so adult of you.
Did you hear about this? Nick Shirley allegedly has a small penis. Well, I don't know. This is what they're reporting. Have you seen this?
Well, the reports are wrong.
They're reporting. Well, we don't know. Prove me wrong.
No, I'm not. I don't do that.
Prove me wrong. It was good enough for Charlie Kirk. Prove me wrong.
You don't want to do that.
Well, if you consent.
I mean, we are in California. They do support pedophiles.
I think you're over 18. So there are news reports happening that Nick Shirley has a small penis. Do you have any comment on Nick Shirley's allegedly small penis?
Out here,
alleged small penis.
It's risky for him to be out here. He could be banned or criminalized.
But here's my thing. Nick is actually uncovering real stuff. You gonna troll like that? Sick.
You know,
Exactly.
I don't think there's having a small penis. Is that a criminal? Are you going to introduce that legislation into something, member?
Hey, sir, well,
ban Nick
to look at your penis,
allegedly
you'd have to
small
lift up your
penis?
fat to even look at it. So
Right, I'm out,
you
guys.
should work on that before you allege somebody else about their own penis.
Hey, gentlemen, have you guys heard these public reports? Nick Shirley allegedly has a small penis. There's an investigation going on. If you like, there you go. Thank you so much.
I'm doing just fine. To see yours, you have to literally lift up a flab of fat to look at yours.
I don't know what you're talking about, Nick.
You literally had to go like this to tuck your tummy and look at your own
I
penis.
appreciate.
It's a grown man.
I mean, I don't have. I'm not. There people aren't reporting on me having a small dick. Like I don't have any reports. But
I don't think anyone would ever make a report on you. Period.
I mean,
And now, who is this man that would come out and put such a false statement on a paper to put all around Sacramento? Well, his name's actually Terry, and Terry is the chief of staff of the California State Assembly. So this man is the chief of staff of the entire Assembly of California, and this is what he's doing with his time.
Oh yeah, you can get a photo. See, people love me. People don't know who you are.
You want a flyer? Do you want to take the photo? No, I'm gonna.
This is a beautiful lady right here, sir.
Thank you.
See, we're not being hostile.
Okay.
You don't get to touch my things, sir.
Who has it now?
Steal my things. That actually is a crime.
Come on.
Thank you. You can't steal
Come
my
on.
stuff.
I'm making you work out so people can actually see your penis.
Nick. I know, because all the blood's flowing into your arms. It's not flowing into your incredibly, allegedly small penis. Nick, you don't get to touch that. It's not yours.
Hey, she wants.
I can do the same thing, Nick. What does that do for you?
You can't get it though.
Come on, Nick. Sergeant, I need my Sergeant.
Here, let's get a photo. You want your photo? Look at all of the papers this guy made. He's gonna put these all around Sacramento. Look at this. Look at this.
Is it part of having an allegedly small penis that you feel the need to steal?
No, you just put it in my face, so I grabbed it. Look, you want to grab it back?
But no one's putting a
You want it
small
back?
penis. I do want it back, please.
I know he is breathing cardio. This is California politics. This is hilarious. See, people love me. No way he gets in a Tesla. No way. No way you get in a Tesla. He probably doesn't like Elon Musk. Look at him.
And he's in a
Absolute
Tesla.
clown. He likes fraudsters.
I thought the liberals banned Tesla. Interesting. Little interesting. Okay, and then officers rescue a kidnapped sister from a hot trailer. This one is like really, really sad.
Contact. Show me your hands.
Kids. Female to the far left. Female to the far left.
Where?
Do not move.
Hey, man, call out to us.
Keisha.
Cover that door. Cover that door. Stand to talk. Stand to talk.
Hey, listen.
We're trying. Hey.
Listen, Keisha, put your fucking hands up. Put your hands up. Santa, do me a favor.
Let's go.
Drop the kid. I'm with you. Don't move or I will shoot you.
I got the baby. Pass
Don't move. This baby back.
You got the baby?
All right, stay where you are. Put your hands up.
You're all right. Here.
Come on, baby.
You good? I got it. Hey, I got a touch already. Okay, I'm getting up.
I'm trying to get up. My legs are stuck. That's why I'm asking you. All right. Can I get up? Listen.
What is going on with people today? This is so sad. This is really, truly sad. So, hot windowless trailer and found the unharmed sisters with Brown hiding under blankets. The girls reunited with their mother while Brown faces kidnapping and child cruelty charges. And this isn't the first time she's done this. That's why I'm like, how is she able to get out and be near them again? Like, this is just weird. Hopefully, this time, they'll be able to keep the children safe. Now, I wanted to also check out something that's going to occur, and you guys aren't going to believe this. It's kind of unbelievable, but it's legal. This is what tripped me out. It's actually legal.
Your donation to our campaign is more critical right now than ever before. Let me explain. Thanks to LA's Supermatch program, every qualified donation from Los Angeles residents is matched 6-1 by the city. But after the primary, we had to start over from scratch. So we need you to rush your matching donation right now to help fuel this campaign. Chip in $5 right now, and the city turns it into $35. Chip in $25 right now, and the city turns it into $175. Make your matching donation today. Thank you so much. Your donation to our campaign.
This is not a Babylon Bee. This is not AI. This is real, you guys. Like, this is really happening. So I was like, is this real? Yes, it is real. So the city of Los Angeles operates an official public matching funds program, commonly called Supermatch, after the 2019 upgrade that matches qualifying small dollar donations from Los Angeles residents at a 6-1 rate using taxpayer dollars. So even if you don't want your money used for this as a citizen of Los Angeles because it was voted on and it passed, it can be done. Doesn't matter. Your voice doesn't matter. So Mayor Karen Bass' campaign video accurately describes it. A $5 qualified donation from an LA resident can generate $30 in city matching funds for a $35 total. So it's, you know, 6 times 5, 30, plus the $5 that was already put in, right? This is how you get 35. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I was like, what is going on? So overall candidate caps, approximately 1,257,000 in the primary and 1,500,000 in the general election. Those are the caps that they can go up to. So eligibility requirements, candidates must opt in and qualify. So limits on personal contributions, loans to the campaign, a minimum number of small donors, at least 100 individuals giving $5 who live in the city, a cumulative threshold of qualified contributions, acceptance of spending limits, and participation in public debates, town halls. Did she participate in any public debates or town halls? The last time I checked, she didn't. Well, no, she did. She did. She did a debate with Spencer Pratt and got demolished. She did. But I think there was another time where Spencer Pratt wanted to debate her and she refused. So she knew she only had to do that one. She only had to do the one. And I almost forgot about it because she was so ineffective, right? Not corporations. Okay. Funding source, the public matching funds trust fund, which receives annual appropriations from the city's general fund, right? So the city charter requires CPI adjusted appropriation based on $2 million base in 1991 dollars. The program administered by Los Angeles City Ethics Commission. So that was real. It started in the early 90s. So this has been going on for over 30 years. I had no idea. I was like, that's crazy. But this is what's going on. I said, did taxpayers vote for this? And are there other cities doing this? Yes, taxpayers voted for this. And guess what? Yes, there are other cities doing this. New York, Berkeley, California, San Francisco, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Tucson, Arizona, Albuquerque. Just so many. Denver, Oakland, Montgomery County. But what do all of these cities have in common? They're all democratically run. Most of them are democratically run. So, in short, voters approved the underlying system in 1990. The generous 6-to-1 ratio is later council change. Similar and sometimes more generous programs exist in several other major cities. So, yeah, they can do this legally. FEC doesn't have anything to do with it because FEC is at the federal level, not at the locality level. So these localities have just been doing some crazy things. I think it's completely, in my opinion, an illegal activity because city funds should never be used in anybody's campaign. If you want to run for office and you're campaigning, because do other individuals have access to this? Does with Nithya Raman, I guess she's running, does she have access to do this? She's still a qualified candidate. I don't know if she opted in or not, but does she have access to do it? How many other candidates have access to utilize this outside of Karen Bass? Can they all use it? That's the bigger question, is like, is it just a mayor's race? You know what I mean? Like, is it all races? It has to say citywide versus council races, right? Is intended to make small, see, say qualified funding sources and coverage, citywide and versus council races. So this is just really, my mind is blown. As somebody said before, I am today years old in learning this. It's very, very insane. But thank you guys so much for joining me here on Mighty Even Thursday on the broadcast. And next week, we are going to have da, 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 Judge Joe Brown. He's going to be coming through to talk about the Black votes, the historical impact of it, and the current impact of the Black vote, and why everybody's really trying to secure it, right? Because it's very interesting what's happening, and I wanted to highlight my grandson today for Mighty Men Thursday because he is my little mighty man turning 10 years old. This is so crazy. that he's 10 now. We're in double digits. So shout out to he's still my little man, but he is still a man. So shout out to him on this Mighty Man Thursday. And I want to thank you guys again for joining me here on the broadcast today. And remember, stay well, stay focused, and stay unfiltered. We'll see you in the next one.